Happy, healthy, healing day. Welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show on today. We are so happy to be here, to be in service and to inspire you, to equip you, and to serve you with things that can bring you health and healing and well-being. We have a great show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about children's health. Not something that you've heard me talk about a lot, but people tend to come to me, and I've dealt a lot with moms over the 41 years that I've been working and being in service and used by the cosmic as a natural healer. And so today I specifically want to talk about two things, ear infections and colic. Colic, which is when the baby has gas, just air inside, and they scream and scream and scream. So I really want to share that with you on today. So I encourage you, as always, to get your blue pen and your white paper and get ready to take copious notes. Easy for me to say. Get ready to take copious notes, because you are about to get that natural healing information you've been seeking. Before we get started into our very important information about children's well-being, I do want to start with a reading. We're going to shift gears a little bit in our energy with regard to the message, the reading that I bring forth. As you know, I'm very big on the cosmic energy and what has happened since this shift of December 21st, 2012. Whether you realize it, recognize it, or want to acknowledge it, a shift has taken place, a paradigm has shifted, and we are going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the show. But I want to begin with the shift in energy of the readings to begin to do decrees instead of or as our treatment. As our mind treatment, getting our mind right, because the cosmic energies are here and available for us. Our beloved Master, Ascended Master, our beloved Ascended Master, Jesus Christ, our beloved Ascended Master, Saint Germain, and all of those who are helping in this universal cause, this galactic cause, this cosmic cause to lift us higher into an ascended state of being, an ascended mindset, are sending us those energies, and our decrees, whatever we say is what is beginning to happen in our lives. So let's begin. And today's reading comes from my I Am Decree booklet, and this is book 1. And it is decree number 7 for those of you who may have it and be my fellow light workers and spiritual walkers. And it begins, Beloved mighty I Am presence, acting through my higher mental body. Blaze your violet consuming flame into every joint and cell of my body. Dissolve and consume all accumulation of substance which may be gathered there, and replace it with the Ascended Master's golden liquid light and your almighty perfection. Hold your violet consuming flame and golden liquid light in every joint until it dissolves all excess substance and produces permanent healing. See the same services rendered wherever it is needed, and I thank thee it is done. And I demand this manifest. I expect this manifest. I am this manifest. And all our victory attained right now. Almighty I am, almighty I am, almighty I am. Now that may be a little bit strange for some of you, but I'll let you know right now that on the planet there's a cosmic energy, and if you are paying attention, you will notice that things are happening at an accelerated rate. What you say manifests very quickly now, and so it is important that you decree health, life, strength, wealth, prosperity, healing into your life every day, and use the violet consuming flame. That is the substance in our atmosphere now that is healing and purifying the whole planet. Okay, so thank you We are today talking about children's well-being. One of the things that a lot of parents are dealing with is ear infections. So we want to get into talking to you about ear infections right now and what you can do. Go get your blue paper, your blue pen and your white paper, because here it is. If you're dealing with a child who has ear infections, and particularly if they are seemingly having them all the time, in other words, they're reoccurring often, it's important, first and foremost, as with everything, that you look into the dietary intake. You know, we talk about the 9 things we must do to have optimum health, and one of those is ingestion. What are the things that you are ingesting? You want to make sure that you and your child are ingesting the proper things. So with regard to ear infections, let me just go ahead and give you this indigenous medicinal remedy, lavender oil. And you may have heard of it, and for those of you who have, I hope you have some in your cabinet. You want to have organically grown lavender oil that has been produced by low temperature distillation, because if it's hot, it will destroy the living molecules, the living healing substance actually in the oil itself. So you want to make sure you have an organic lavender oil. Now, this lavender oil generally cannot be found over the counter at your health food store. So you want to go to oneness.lifestyles.com and look on the page that says, under self-healing, it'll say do it yourself healing or detox or something like that. And there you will find where you can actually purchase this lavender oil that I'm talking about. So what do you do with it? Once you have your lavender oil, what you want to do is dilute it 50-50 with organic olive oil. So in other words, 50-50. If you're going to use 2 drops of lavender oil, you're going to use 2 drops of organic olive oil. If you're using 1 ounce, so 1 ounce of lavender oil, 1 ounce of olive oil, 50-50, right? Half and half. And you want to take this olive oil and you want it to be warm, not hot, just a little warm. And then add your olive oil to it and rub it around the ear, never into the ear itself. Never drop the oil into the ear. Take a cotton swab and rub it around the opening of the ear, and then all around the ear and behind the ear. And then also you want to come back and massage the ear and the lobe, this whole outer part of the lobe. Before you put the child to bed, saturate a cotton pad and with not too much oil, and then just carefully lay it over the ear. You know, you use a cotton ball and put it right inside there, inside the ear, where it can just rest there, and then cover that with a warm cloth. Now, lavender oil is antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. A lot of times when the infection is in the ear, it's inflamed. It's also antimicrobial. If it happens to be a yeast infection or a parasitic infection, the lavender oil will help in easing and relieving that situation. So we're talking about your child's well-being. So rather than all of these drugs and antibiotics and all those things that we're pumping ourselves and our children full of, and they have their place, right? We're not medicine bashing, they have their place. But for those of you who want to move more toward a natural way of being, I'm letting you know that there are things that are available on the planet that are for the healing of the body. And this is a whole body of knowledge, a whole system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works that I bring to you through Oneness Wellness Lifestyles. So very simple, easy to do. Get a hold of the lavender oil. Go to oneness.lifestyles.com. Click on the self-healing tab. You'll see a drop down that says do it yourself. And that's for those of you, I'm making the resources available. I'm committed to doing that. And that lavender oil is there. If it's not there right now, it will be there by the time we get off the air or soon thereafter, where you can get that from us, okay? So let's talk about next for the children, colic, or when a child has gas or stomach spasms. And that is a very unhappy baby. That is a whining and screaming baby for the most part. And no matter what it seems what it is you seem to give the child, there's always this gaseous pain going on in the baby's body. So I want to talk to you about how it is we are able to relieve that. How we're able to relieve that. Back in the day, we used to call it colic. And grandmom and great-grandmom and beyond that, our ancestors, the ancients, the indigenous ones, they knew what to do. And being of that lineage, I'm here to assist you in helping you to know what to do. There is an herb called angelica. Angelica. And what we do is use the root or the leaf, and we make it into a tea for infusion or a decoction. So we make that into a tea. Now what we're going to do with that is saturate a towel with it. And you're going to wring it out, but leave it moist, and it's going to be warm. This is going to be warm. So you don't want to make it too hot, because you're going to put this on the child's belly, right over their colon, right on over their stomach. So you want to make it comfortable for the baby, and you want to lay this saturated towel, saturated with the angelica tea, and you want to lay that over the baby's stomach. Cover it with a plastic wrap, like saran wrap. Cover it to keep the heat in and to kind of keep it from running. It should be a little bit moist, right? And then apply over top of that, put a dry towel to hold the heat in. A dry towel or a heating pad. I recommend a dry towel, okay? And that will hold the heat in. And what angelica root, angelica leaf does is get rid of the gas and help to stop the spasms that the baby is having. Now this will work with adults too. As adults, you can just drink the tea. If you're dealing with gas or indigestion or acid reflux, as they call it, the angelica root or the angelica leaf tea is wonderful for that. It will stop the cramps. It will stop the cramps. So you want to use this with the baby. So the question becomes, well, how often do I need to do this? Well, as needed, as needed. My recommendation is at least twice a day. Usually with babies, they're napping during the day. At night, right before as you're putting the child to bed, do it at that time as well, especially if the baby is whiny and not feeling well. So those are two indigenous medicinal remedies that I want to give to you so that you can help your children have a better sense of well-being. Help them feel better. This is about natural self-healing, Oneness Wellness Lifestyles. Now, for those of you who like to call in, the number is 858-815-2330. Again, the number is 815. Let me give you the area code. The number is 858-815-2330. Also recognize that this show will be uploaded onto the website, onto our TV and radio link, and you'll be able to listen to it again just in case you didn't have your blue pen and white paper to take those copious notes. It's my absolute determined effort to make sure that you have access to the resources that you're looking for so that you can self-heal. I talked about this paradigm shift, and this is part of it. There is a growing discontent in this country and globally for all of the synthetic foods and all of the synthetic vitamins, the nutraceuticals, and those things that are unnecessary when you can really get the nutrition that you need from whole food supplements. And as this growing discontent and dissatisfaction takes place, you're going to find that this movement away from pharmaceuticals, this movement away from processed food, this movement, this paradigm shift away from the unnatural processed things to the things that are healthy and healing for us has created this trend. And this trend, this paradigm shift is changing our world. It's changing the way that we look at food and the things that we actually ingest. The most destructive weapon of mass destruction that every person has is their fork, their spoon, and their knife. Because this whole issue of ingestion and what we're putting in our body is causing us to have the issues that we are experiencing with our ill health. And yes, in addition to the environment, there are over 80,000 new environmental toxins in the air or in our environment in the last 50 years. So it's necessary to detox constantly all the time. And here at Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, we have those things. You see my little sign here says the good inside. Yeah, we want you to put the good inside, get the bad out and put the good in. Well, what is that good? That good is whole food nutrition. So we bring that to you. We provide those resources for you. Whole food nutrition. It's also using the right type of detox that's gentle, that's getting your cells clean. Now, you know I'm big on cellular health and cleansing, right? Remember that 21-day fast we just did not too long ago? It's about cellular health and cleansing. And that's what I'm bringing, no less than that, nothing less than cellular health, because as the cell goes, so goes your body, so goes your health. So if your cells are healthy, your body will be healthy. Now I'm saying all this and I want to relate it right back to the children. Questions asked of me of parents all the time. Well, what should I be feeding my kids? Well, you should be feeding your kids what you're eating. And you should be eating well so that the whole family is well. The whole family is well. So there are in the downloads on Oneness Wellness Lifestyles website, oneness-lifestyles.com, there's a list of foods to eat, foods not to eat. There's food combining charts. There's a food craving chart. I mean, I'm just pushing it right out there. It's available. And some of my colleagues, they're like, man, people should be paying you like big money for this and all of that. And I agree, but it's my responsibility to just get it to you. That's my calling. That's what I have to do. That's what my beloved mighty I am presence is telling me to do. So I want you to know that I'm here to walk out my journey, my path, by helping you walk out yours in health and well-being. It is so critically important that as we are raising our children and helping them to understand that what they put in their mouth is what makes them well or sick, and they can understand this. Our children are like really intelligent nowadays, right? We got the indigo children, we've got all of this intelligence that's being born onto the planet at this time through the children, and they can hear you. They know what the truth is and what the falsehood is. And the unfortunate thing is we have in this society truth mixed with falsehood, and so you really have to be discerning in what it is you're doing and ingesting and how you're living on the planet at this time. So as we continue our journey of good health, of well-being, of making sure that what we're putting in our body and on our body is healing our body, so that we're not ingesting toxins, nor are we absorbing the toxins. Absorption is a really, really big thing. Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, Oneness by Shifa, we're about what you put in your body and what you put on your body. Our Oneness by Shifa toxin-free natural skincare is for all over your body. And we generally think of skincare as your face, but it's for everywhere on your body. If you have skin eruptions, and talking about children again, this whole issue with eczema, it's bloodborne. That's my own personal discovery. I had eczema. I don't have eczema anymore because I changed my diet and I stopped putting toxic personal care items on my body. So it's really important that if you're going to the those stores in the mall and all those places where they have all that perfumery stuff, did you know that the word fragrance, just that one word, means over 200 individual chemicals that you're putting on your body every day? On an average, a person, from the time they get up in the morning to the time they leave for work, right, in just that short time of preparation, you've put over 200 different chemicals on your body before you even leave the house in the morning. So that doesn't even include those 80,000 that I talked about that's in the environment over the last 50 years that we have to deal with. So you're being bombarded all the time. So it's truly important that you go to onenessbyshifa.com, onenessbyshifa.com, get the cleanser, the elixir, the clay, the shea butter. And my shea butter is different than any other shea butter because it has the elixir formula in it. And it is made with these therapeutic, these organic, these medicinal grade essential oils. No artificial anything. No artificial color, no preservatives, none of that. None of that. And people always ask me, well, why don't you have it on the shelf? What store can I go pick it up in? You can't, because it doesn't have a shelf life. You shouldn't have it any more than 90 days. I developed this skincare for your health and well-being. For your health and well-being. Right? With that, you automatically have radiant beauty. It's going to just come through. So I urge you to stop putting the toxins on your body. Stop putting the toxins on the children. Stop it. Just stop it. And just pay attention. Pay attention. Give attention. Focus on what you're putting in your mouth and on your body so that you stop poisoning yourself. Here at Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, we are dedicated, committed to your well-being. Now, I'm here to take you as far as you're willing to go, and I will know when you're no longer willing. If you'd like to come in for an appointment, call 1-800-609-8157, 1-800-609-8157. I am happy to serve you, happy to serve you. I really don't have anything to sell you, it's only to serve you. I would be remiss if I was talking all this and what to do and not to do and then didn't give you tools to use for your well-being. Oneness Wellness Lifestyles. OnenessLifestyles.com. We are here to serve you, here to help you, here to assist you with whatever your wellness concerns are, to help you go from where you are to where you say you want to be. We want to bridge that gap, and we do that in many different ways. We talked about the essential oils. I gave you a herbal remedy. We talked about whole food nutrition, whole food supplements. There's this growing trend of discontentment for all of these artificial flavors and colors and preservatives and processed food. This shift to whole food nutrition, you want to be on the front of the wave of it. We have it available for you. OneNessLifestyles.com. OneNessLifestyles.com. There's a really neat video on there. Just click on there. It says The Good Inside, and it'll tell you the history of what has happened to food over the last 50 years. Well, I hope that what I brought to you today has been useful to you, that if you have friends and family who have young children, and the remedies that we gave for your ear infections and the gas in the stomach, the colic that we used to call it, is helpful to you, send that information to your friends. Tune in to Owl Media Network, to Owl Media Radio, right there on the website, OneNessLifestyles.com, and you can listen to this over and over again. You can send the link to our folks. It'll be uploaded on YouTube. You can send it to your folks, I should say. It'll be uploaded on YouTube. We're here to provide resources for you. Why? Because I love you. Because it's time. And nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. You have been watching and listening to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I am your host, Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth. Because I bring you those things from Mother Earth to you. Take what you've heard today, put it in use in your life, and we look forward to hearing you, seeing you, and serving you next time on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. You take good care.